What's up? What's up? This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to do another collective energy reading for my collective. What's up, family? Thank you for coming back to my channel. Please remember to like, click, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, join family. Um, Down in the description box is the link to my TikTok. If you can't link it, just look it up by the name. If you're on TikTok, some of my readings now I am continuing from my TikTok page. So I'll start a short spread and then I'll expand here. All right. Excuse me. All right. So let's do another collective energy reading for you today. This is Spirit said, okay, this is what we're going to talk about. Relationships and forgiveness. Wow. All right. So today is the spring. It's still like a continuation of the spring equinox. It's the first day of Aries. Um, this is a week of manifestation. If you are on social media more than YouTube or even just on YouTube, you'll hear a lot of astrologers and different people talking about now's the time to write down, journal, set intentions, set your affirmations. This is the astrological new year for some, not everyone, right? So now is the time, to clear the air. Now is the time to get your tunnel vision in order. Like, where you want to be. What are you willing to give up to get what you want? You know what I mean? Are you willing to give up time? Are you willing to forego, I don't know, a luxury for another goal? You know what I mean? This is the time to set intentions, right? So I feel like with these two falling out of my hand before I could pull them out, this is about relationships. I feel like Spirit wants you to forgive people from your past relationships so that you could free yourself. And I don't mean the forgiveness of let's go reconcile forgiveness, although you could do that too. However, I feel like this is the energy clearing your energy of it, not holding on to the pain of it. It says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So Spirit wants you to release any resentment that you might have in your previous relationships. Your relationships card says, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. So I feel like Spirit wants you to now focus on what benefits you and leave behind those things that don't. It's a time of refresh, renewal, and detachment from things that weighed you down. Tell me more, Spirit. Judgment. Yeah, it says, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. A lot of people don't like to hear the word judgment. Like it is equated to courts, it's equated to a judge, it's equated to people who feel really judgy toward me. But we all make decisions, and decisions are judgments. Spirit wants you to make some serious decisions about the future of your life and set that intention now. And that's in the hidden energy. Sometimes we don't want to make relationship changes. We don't want to forgive or let go of the resentment. Sometimes we just don't. We won't hold on to it. And that's unhealthy, right? Mentally, physically, whatever. It's unhealthy to hold on to things that don't serve you. Spirit wants you to make a judgment call. Get off the fence. No more indecision. Tell me more. Yeah, no more worry. The challenge and the lesson is to stop worrying. It's not time to worry anymore. It says, I'm learning that worry doesn't change an outcome. Worry is staying in the past, staying stuck on what the outcome is going to be. Don't worry about it no more. Let it go. Whoop, release it. Uh-oh. I got patience. And I got overall, I'm going to take this as overall energy, abundance. This is what Spirit wants your mind focused on, your abundance. It says, patience. I accept that everything that happens in divine order. Then it says abundance. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. What did I just start off saying? It's about manifestation. But also, bottom of the deck, love. It says, I'm committed to the practice of seeing the good in all things. So Spirit wants you to focus on love and abundance, right? Forgiveness, releasing worry, stress, making judgment calls that serve you. Like, all right, if you're at a job, let's just say you have an opportunity to move on at the job. This is just an example. And when you move on from that job, you can go on to either making more money or having less stress. Now, let's say that's the two options. Having less stress may mean that you are in a lateral position and your money, doesn't change. But you're able to live off of that money and you're fine. You can even invest that money and do other things with it. It's fine. I'm not saying stay in a situation that's not serving you. I'm saying less stress or more money. Because if the other position is, yeah, you can advance, but your stress level is going to jump significantly. It's kind of now the time, not kind of, it is the time to make the proper judgment call for your longevity. How long can you be in that position? How long do you think it will take before you say, you know what, F this, I'm done, and you leave, I don't know, the company altogether, right? Spirit wants you to make a judgment call that works for you. Don't go for societal expectations. Go for expectations that you can manage. So you can be consistent, so you can show up, so you can feel valid in what you're doing, not feeling like I shouldn't be here. Why did I do this to myself? I knew better, but I did it anyway. No. Spirit wants you to stop putting yourself in a position of worry and have patience with yourself in the process. You don't have to go for the high power or the high finance position if it's going to stress you out. I can tell you right now with this new moon in Aries, it's not the time to wait. It's time to make judgment calls, right? You may not have too much time to decide whether or not which job is going to go. So you need to go for what you know. You need to go for what's going to work best for you. My suggestion is to go for low stress. Why? Because we are stressed enough in just everyday life. Like right now, I feel like life just stresses people out. I had some mentors when I was a teen, and then these mentors were engineers, and they were always making stuff, right? And one of the things they said was, when you pick a career or what are you going to college for, or whatever it is, they said pick something that you love doing so that it never feels like work. Point blank. And when I was a kid, I didn't understand what they meant. I was like, what would that mean? I know I just have to go to college and get a job. That's what I was taught. I wasn't taught entrepreneurship because there wasn't many in my family at all that were entrepreneurs when I was coming up. There was maybe some prior to my life, prior to me being born, but there weren't many entrepreneurs. So I didn't know. I didn't get that. That wasn't the message I was getting at home. But that message stood out to me, and I never forgot it. Do what I feel, do what I love, so it never feels like work. I didn't know what they meant. Now here I am. I'm doing tarot because I love it. I am on, I'm doing other things in my life because I love it. And it doesn't feel like work. Now, does it tax me sometimes to take my energy? Yes. But I do it still because I love it. It doesn't make me stop. I can be consistent with it. I don't complain about it like that. I do it. The only complaints I might have is technical difficulties or other people, intruded in my space kind of thing. But when I do what I love, I'm the best at it. You can't take that from me. I might see others that are rocking it and doing it best in their way, and I do it the best in my way, right? It makes me happy. I'm doing what I love. The spirit wants you to do that so that you can feel the abundance. Let's just say you are an administrator in your field, like in the medical field, but you love it, right? This is what you love doing. And you servicing patients, but you're managing people and you're managing situations and you're making sure it all works and you do it to the best of your ability and you enjoy doing it. That's your purpose. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So let's just say you're in, I don't know, a barista in a coffee shop and you just love making whatever they have, like lattes. And I don't drink any of that stuff, so I love matcha lattes though. Coffees and just like being a drink master. You love that and you are awesome at it. That right now is your purpose. That might always be. Maybe you're going to open a shop. Maybe you're not. Maybe you just love doing it. That is your purpose right now. You made people smile. You know, on the other hand, you could be an EMT and save somebody's life. That's your purpose. You could be a lifeguard. You know, you could be a teacher. You could be a lawyer. You could be, I don't know, a preschool, daycare, uh, I don't know what you call them. Teachers. Sometimes they're teachers and sometimes they're caregivers, right? You could be caregiver to elderly. It don't matter what you do. You could be a writer, a ghostwriter. Whatever your purpose is, as long as you love it, it's what you're supposed to be doing. Spirit, what's the message for my collective today? So we're talking about forgiveness and relationships and making judgments. Stop worrying. We're talking about love and abundance and patience. I feel like as much as I might be talking about career and purpose, I also feel like this message is about love and who's in our lives and who's not in our lives. So Spirit, tell me more. Tell me about relationships. Okay, so yeah, we're releasing baggage from our relationships. We're turning the tables over and we're just saying, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm grown. I don't need this no more. It's like kind of like becoming a minimalist. You know what I'm saying? Somebody just realizing, I don't need 50 sheet sets. I just need, I don't know, good 5. Alternate them or whatever the case may be. You don't need 30 of this. You need 2. You know, somebody scaling it down, releasing, letting go. Maybe you had 30 friends that you grew up with and you still got those friends, but there's a lot of chaos and conflict and nonsense trying to maintain all those friendships. Maybe you just decided to slow down. But as far as close relationships go, you releasing the baggage, or you've already released it because that's the past energy. Forgiveness. Okay, well, here's the thing. Forgiveness is a very tricky emotion because it causes, when we exercise forgiveness, it's part of releasing expectations, releasing resentment, releasing anything that gripped us to a situation that we couldn't let go. And this could be also the challenge, I have a friend that said, what if I release this situation and that person grows? All the effort I put into them turns out to be somebody else's benefit, but we got to release it. We can't worry about it. We can't hold on to it. If they were going to be what they were supposed to be when they were there, then they were. But that means that they weren't part of our purpose anymore. That we've outgrown that kind of situation, right? So we can't worry about what they're going to become. That's worrying about the future. Don't worry about that. Spirit, more. Yeah, so I feel like judgment is being called on somebody being immature and controlling. Somebody wants to keep you stuck. I feel like this emperor energy is somebody immature, controlling. This person speaks and then don't speak to control the energy of the situation. I feel like they play like mind games. I feel like they're more immature than they are mature, even though they're showing up as an emperor. I feel like this person literally has temper tantrums, but I don't know what they look like. I feel like you would know, or you probably could see it coming. I feel like you call judgment on that. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah. Now we got a Queen of Cups in reverse and worry. The way the Queen of Cups would be in worry is because she's not following her intuition. So if this is you, collective, you're in the energy of not following your intuition, so therefore you worry more than you should, because this isn't a challenge position. This is like second guessing yourself, not believing that, not even like not seeing the red flags for what they are. You're not seeing the red flags. You see them, but then you try to dismiss them, or you try to explain them away. Yeah, patience. Patience for the choices. I feel like as you release this emperor situation, as you learn to trust yourself, because it's the lesson and challenge, as you learn to start trusting your intuition and the guidance that Spirit is giving you, then you can make a choice. Patience. It'll come in time what you need to choose, who you need to choose, how you need to choose them. Bottom of the deck, what is that? Oh, yeah. Then you could come out of this heartbreak. This overall energy is about heartbreak. I think the heartbreak is releasing from this Emperor energy, getting out of your head, forgiving, letting go, moving on, dropping the baggage. There's a lot of lightening your load in just this three section right here. It's a lot of releasing and letting go, but you're married to it. You know what I mean? You could literally be married, but I feel like you're married to it. And so you got to release that commitment to it. Sometimes we commit ourselves to pain. And I know it sounds weird to say it, but sometimes we do. We commit ourselves to pain. We commit ourselves to the resentment, and we just hold on to it. It's like a grudge. You know, I don't want to let this go because this person hurt me. They shouldn't have hurt me. They knew that they hurt me. They did everything they could to hurt me. But Spirit is saying you gotta let this go because you cannot live in that heartbreak. This is the second reading I had where heartbreak is here, but I'm getting a different sense of energy and a change in the choices. Spirit is saying have patience. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about Ten of Wands with relationship. Releasing that. Yeah, it's time for you to be more independent, self-sufficient. I just feel like you feel more centered when you release that. I felt like you felt a sense of calm. I just feel like you still battle with the forgiveness, but I felt like whatever relationship you let go, it gave you a sense of relief to let it go. Not necessarily new purpose, but it could have, right? Sometimes after like a bad breakup or a divorce, we get to express ourselves differently. And then we feel unleashed, unchained. I heard a gentleman say, some people want to be in marriage and some people want to be in wedlock. And I feel like this Emperor energy is somebody who's more about wedlock. They rather lock you in mentally and physically, lock you into a situation. And when marriage is not supposed to be like that, that ball and chain, that I don't know the origin. I did hear about the origin years ago and I forgot what it meant. So I'm not going to repeat that. But what I'm getting is that someone wants to feel bound towards you, bound to you forever. Yeah. They don't want you to be able to free yourself. They don't want you to have a victory. They don't want you to see the truth. They don't want you to understand what it is they're trying to do to keep you locked in. I feel like this energy would want you to resent them because if you demonstrate any kind of emotions toward them, then resentment just lets them know that if they love bomb you enough, if they do what they need to do to or whatever they used to do, put it that way, not what they need to do. If they do the things they used to do, eventually it'll break down, right? That is the goal. I don't think so, though. I feel like this Emperor with the Judgment has really broken this home up now. I feel like this is now a broken home or a broken relationship that's probably not repairable. I don't know. Tell me, that's too many. Tell me more for my Queen of Cups spirit. Why is she in such despair? Why is she not paying attention to her intuition? Tell me more, spirit. Or was she waiting? Okay, so I feel like this Queen of Cups is constantly in worry, waiting for something to change. It may be that you were waiting for this Emperor to change this Ten of Cups in reverse situation so that you could choose them and then they would choose you. I feel like you constantly having to need patience with someone in order to get along with them. Tell me more, Spirit. But they break your heart too much. Yeah, and this person is not, this person that wants your patience has been very inconsistent with you, Knight of Wands. You got to stop choosing people who keep showing you who they are and not believing them. You got to call, here, look at Judgment again. You got to call a judgment on the heartbreak. That means you got to do a finality. You need to do the world card. You need to end the cycles. Because this person will keep you in this broken home situation. That will keep you not following your intuition. But it's like I feel like you made a decision. I feel like, let me just put it this way. I feel like there's a third party situation here with the two queens and the emperor. However, I do also feel like you had a sense of peace in the most recent past when you let it go. I feel like, though, this emperor wants to keep it going because they don't want you to free yourself from them. They want to keep you trapped in your emotions, focus on them. Spirit says call judgment because this is a broken home. Let it go. We have worry here. We have the Queen of Cups and her emotions and the Three of Wands. Now, the third party, I feel, is possibly a Queen of Cups in reverse. Somebody who is here to emotionally manipulate a situation, causing worry, causing stress. Spirit said no matter what, call judgment on this heartbreak, because this heartbreak will block your abundance and block your love and joy. Your person, the likely outcome of having patience with this person is that they will bring you back into a lover's connection that will still be inconsistent with this Knight of Wands. Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Think about it. Is it what you want? And if you had a friend or a relative or somebody you love, what would your advice be if somebody was breaking up your home, probably possibly having third party situations and not being truthful with you, Ace of Swords in reverse, keeping you in your bound up in your mind and resentment and just stuck in whatever patterns that they tend to be stuck in. If they constantly are taking you through cycles and somebody came and told you this is what they were going through, what would you tell them? I would say make another choice, the Lovers, but release that Knight of Wands energy. Stop holding on to something that you need to call judgment on, that got your heart all broke up. Let that shit go. That's what I would tell somebody I love. And I love my collective, so I'm telling you. Release this. It's a fantasy because it's something that's slowing you down. It's something, any cycle that you go through that's traumatic or stressful is keeping you in a cycle of no growth because you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And if you want to come out of that, wow, I just started to shuffle the deck and the false person is here. This emperor is a false person. If you want to come out of a cycle, if you want to see the road clearly, the pathway out, you got to stop doing the same thing. Like, that's just it. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a new result. That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over again, expecting this a different result. If you want something better, then you need to find the patience with yourself to make a different choice. And then take a chance on yourself and move away. This Knight of Wands is facing away. Don't keep getting sucked back in to inconsistent behavior. Tell me more, Spirit. Right. So you release despair. This person had you in despair. This is unhealthy. That's why the worry here is the lesson. To stop, to bring yourself out of despair. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah. Listen, we got adjudication here 3 times. Judgment, judgment, judgment. Spirit said, if you don't call judgment right now, if you don't go ahead and get this fresh start right now, let me tell you, it is not going to go the way you want it to go. You cannot stay on the fence. You cannot keep reliving the past. Whatever, how bad it got here is going to be worse if you don't make a change. Call judgment on this false person. Tell me more, Spirit. I just heard, what are you waiting for? What else you need? Message of concern. What else do you need? What are you waiting for? I don't know what kind of confirmation you need. I hope this is confirmation enough to let something go, but it's time to let it go. It's time to release it. Now is the time. Tell me, my spirit. Yeah. And quickly, this card in this deck, when you read it as a grand tableau, family represents time too. It represents secret and time. It's from 24 hours to like 4 weeks. Spirit saying this needs to be a quick distancing, a new choice. I don't know if you have a new love coming or already here, but it's time to close out this, or it's time to call judgment in order for something to come in that you can take. Like you literally have to move out of a situation or put somebody out of a situation with you in order to have the new love. Nobody's going to, the average person, and I don't mean average, I mean like okie dokie, but most people will not accept you currently in a situation. They can't have you unless they have low self-esteem. And then you got to think about it. If they could accept you like that with low self-esteem, that's not an admirable quality. They could be becoming the one eventually resentful because of you. So you need to, regardless of who is in your life or coming into your life, it's time to call judgment and end things and stop lingering in a situation. There may be children affecting this relationship, or somebody here is just childish. Simply, purely not able to commit, not willing to show up for you, not very immature. I just did a TikTok about people growing older but not growing up. It's so much out there. Like people, you meet them at a certain child age and you don't even know it. I found to say HBO Max, one of them did a short about that, which blew me away. Because when I first saw it, I was confused. Like, wow, what's going on here? It was a cartoon short. I don't know if it's HBO Max, but it's one of those apps, right? And the woman comes in a bar. It's a club situation. She comes in and she's very much an adult. And then she goes in the bathroom after a little while of feeling, I don't know, rejected or insecure. And she's like 3 stages of her life: a child, a small child, like elementary school child, and then a teenager. And they're having discussions in the bathroom, and she fluctuates between the three of them. And then she comes out of the stall with a coat on, with the oldest child, I guess, sitting on the, or one of the children sitting on the shoulders of the other ones. So she's pretending to be an adult. But really what it was is that everyone she was meeting, including herself, they were dealing with their inner child issues. I mean, I don't know what it was called, but that thing was deep. And I feel like if you don't have actual children with this person, or they don't have actual children, then this is your inner child seeking abundance, trying to heal their heart, having to call judgment. Now, this person is, now you are trying to reparent yourself so that you can not resonate in the things that hurt you in the past, things that you have to constantly forgive. Now, don't get me wrong. No one is perfect. I don't care how they present themselves. No one is perfect, right? We all, if we take each other for who we are, where we're at that time, with unconditional love, and it's mutual, we can grow together. You know, you can meet somebody and, I don't know, their inner child is at 8th grade and your inner child is at 8th grade. And when you meet each other with patience and love and unconditional love, you start to grow. And next thing you know, you guys have advanced to 9th grade. And as you grow old together, you graduate from college together. And I don't mean in a literal form, but it could be. I just mean in, you know, that in a hypothetical way, if you meet somebody who's willing to heal their inner child wounds, like you're willing to heal your inner child wounds, and you put in that work together in a relationship, you grow together. You grow up together. But then if you are at, I don't know, let's just say you are a junior and they're still in, I don't know, 8th grade, not 8th grade, 5th grade. That's a huge gap. And there's a long way they have to go to reach you. There's a long maturity level that they have to reach you. Now, in my previous reading, the person, whoever that was for, wanted you to teach them how to love. So that means they were a lot closer in that. And they were actually willing to put it in. That heartbreak tore them up. But here I'm getting that it quite potentially will have you more of the same. This person could potentially run away every time you choose them. And you keep having to have patience, but Spirit is asking you. They said 3 different ways. Call judgment. Judgment, judgment, judgment. I can't make it up. You gotta have to call judgment. There's a story, I'm going to tell you that before I pull these oracle cards. So there's a story where it's about the man in the boat. The man was in a boat, maybe a fisherman or something like that, and his boat capsized. So all he had left was a life preserver or some type of small raft, but he was in the middle of the sea with no way of communicating with anybody. So while he was on this raft, drifting in the middle of the sea, not knowing how to get home, starting to dehydrate, not having food, not having water because the seawater is too salty to drink, right? They prayed to God. They said, God, if you save me, and they made a bargain with God, if you save me, I will do, I don't know, be better at home, be better with my wife and kids, or be better, a community person. I will do X, Y, and Z. But just please, God, save me. And they rested on that prayer. So next thing you know, what shows up is a rowboat. Now the problem is this person had a hard time with calling judgment. Why? Because they had expectations of something else. Now, what they had expectations is, I don't know. So when the rowboat comes by, the 2 people in the rowboat say, hey, buddy, sorry that, you got capsized, but if you get on board with us, we have just enough room for you. We can get you to shore and get you to safety, get you communication, help you find your family. And they said, no, no, no. The man said, no, 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 I prayed. And they said, you sure? I mean, because you're drifting in the middle of the sea. You're not looking too good. No, no, no. I prayed God's going to save me. So they had no choice but to move on. Let's say they floated another day. Sun's beating on the water, splish splash, and they still holding on to this raft. They making it. But they already prayed to God. So they figured, God going to save me. A yacht comes by. A yacht. These people are partying. They got drinks. They got food. But, they got room for them and maybe one more. They just like, hey, you could get on. We about to party a little bit longer. But then when we're done, we'll take you to shore. No problem. And the person was like, no, no, no. It's okay. Enjoy your fun. I pray to God, but God is going to save me. So they drive on. After reluctantly, they drive on because they clearly knew that this person needed help. But they refused it. So next thing you know, the next day, they're not looking too good, but an ocean liner comes by and somebody with binoculars spots them in the middle of the ocean like, oh my God, somebody needs help. They get ready to lower they lower the boat and they roll over on a smaller boat and it's like, come on, here's a life preserver, just grab on, get in. And the person says, no, I prayed to God and God got me. And they're like, what? But look at you. You're sunbaked, like you're over tanned. You gotta be dehydrated and hungry by now. Like you don't look good. Why would you want to stay in the middle of the ocean? What is God gonna do? No, no, my God is a God, mighty God, and God is going to save me. And they stayed where they were. The people said, all right, we're not gonna fight with you. They got their rowboat, went back up on that boat, and the ocean liner sailed, and the person died the next day. When they got into the gates of heaven and they got a chance to speak to God, they said, God, what happened? Why am I here? I prayed to you. Why didn't you save me? And God said, I sent you a rowboat and you didn't get in. I sent you a yacht and you didn't get in. I sent you an ocean liner and you refused that. What did you expect me to do? Spirit is saying, I'm calling judgment on this. If you look at this card, do you see what could happen to this person if they don't call judgment? Their rebirth is going to be in the ethers. Their rebirth is going to be a reincarnation. So this might be somebody no longer here and having to do this all over again just to learn the lesson they were supposed to know now by calling judgment. God is only going to give you so many times before the spirit just comes through and takes over. What is it that you want? What is it that you expect to happen? Because this person ain't changed. This is still inconsistent energy. There's still lies in the family room. Spirit is saying, yeah, I get that you had patience for this person. I even get that you chose them and you loved them. But what else do you need? What do you need for us to call judgment? Because Spirit is calling judgment. And right now. No more lies. No more future faking. No more rose-colored glasses. It is what it is. One at a time, Spirit, please. They got you in despair. They had you in despair. So now you see what it is. You're not in despair, but when are you going to make a different choice? What is it going to take? Tell me more, Spirit. Oh, one at a time. It says a time for healing. I can't make it up. The balsamic moon. It's saying it is time to heal the wounds that cause this, the wounds that keep you stuck. It's time to heal what you've been ignoring, what you let fester. Time to breathe out, disseminating moon. It's time to disseminate. It's time to judge. It's time to remove yourself from a situation that's unhealthy. Tell me more, Spirit. Don't let pride get in your way. Yeah, fourth person. This person is very prideful. This emperor, I feel like it's full of pride and ego. And I feel like that has been the biggest challenge between the two of y'all because they like how it look. They don't care they got a broken family. They like how they look. They like how they shine to everybody. You know what I mean? And they're not helpful. They're not helpful to you. Tell me more, Spirit. Communication is key. Yeah. I feel like though, you're getting messages of concern. I feel Spirit keeps showing you still. Its Spirit is communicating with you. Even if this person doesn't do the communication, Spirit is communicating. But I also feel like you hear the person that's causing you these problems differently now. Like when you open your eyes to a situation and you hear somebody talk for the first time after you open your eyes, you realize, what? How did they have the wool over my eyes? How did they have me all up in my head with that nonsense? Now, all of a sudden, it becomes 1,000% clear in ways that you probably heard it 1,000 times, but you never picked up on it like that. Like, now it's like, that don't make no sense. Tell me more, Spirit. Likely outcome. Oops. Have faith in your dreams. Spirit said, you need to have faith. That's where the patience come in. Whatever you're choosing, excuse me, y'all, my throat climbing. Whatever you're choosing, you gotta have faith and patience in your dreams. But with this person here, this emperor in reverse, you're not gonna manifest much. They're gonna keep you in your feelings or keep you in a third party situation with this Three of Wands. Keep you waiting for them to change. Keep you waiting for them to grow. Keep you in worry. Worry. Spirit said, in order to have abundance and love, allow this to break you and then call judgment on it. Meaning, allow yourself to feel the pain associated with. Don't bury those feelings. Don't let those feelings fester. You need to cry, cry. Acknowledge those feelings so that you can feel it to your core and realize how much you don't want to feel that anymore. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to let go. Period. Point blank judgment. Do you want this kind of judgment when spirits calls the shots? Or do you need to go ahead and let it go and call the shots? This ain't no that you need to get back with them reading. This ain't no, it's a good possibility. Yeah, it's a good possibility they want to come back, but it's the better possibility that they'll come back and do everything all over again and worse. Each time with them around, that cycle gets worse and worse, hurts more and more. Meanwhile, you missing out on real love, real abundance. What's the bottom of the deck? Yep, show the world the real you. Yep, you've been hiding in the shadows of this relationship. You've been hiding in the shadows of this relationship, not revealing who you are. There's more to you than what you've experienced. It's time to forgive yourself for making these choices over and over again. It's time to release that part of you that holds on to this. It's time to do your shadow work and start looking into, why do I do this to me? What about this is so familiar that I will keep this going? What is it? For me, my example before I let you go is that I had a parent, my father, would lie a lot. Thank God I had a grandparent, not a grandparent, but I had grandparents that also co-raised me, right? So my father, though, on the other hand, was a liar. He was a future faker. He was a communal narc. So he would create these memories. But I realized as an adult, we really wasn't close. We never were close. I didn't have that, I can count on my dad. He's going to come over and beat you up kind of to the boy thing. I never felt that kind of safety with him. I felt that he made memories so that he could say, this is what I did with my property, meaning with his children. And so there have been relationships in my life in the past where I accepted less than what I deserved because I was waiting for something to be closer, waiting for change, dealing with somebody emotionally unavailable because I was waiting for something to change. And then one day it clicked, like, what is it about this person that's so familiar that triggers me? And I was like, that's what it is. My father, my parent wound. So, collective. This is not leading into a good space, but it can. The space that it can lead into is based on you calling judgment. When you release this, you release love and abundance and happiness for yourself. But you got to release it to get it. You got to release this past. Relate the triggers, the resentment. You got to process it so that you can let it go and that you can go on growing your inner child to adulthood. All right? So that's your reading. Take it how it resonates. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Please remember to like, click, share, and subscribe. Thumbs up the video. Comment on the video. Let me know if it resonates with you. Thank you for coming to my channel. My day ones, my current subscribers, and my new subscribers. I appreciate you all. Peace.